What is good? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chuck. We like to talk about investing in Pokemon on this channel, and I'm very glad that you are here today. Hope you're doing very well. I am doing quite well myself. We just got an announcement, actually yesterday morning, on Poke Beach here, that the next English set to be released after Ascended Heroes, of course, will be in March, and it will be featuring Mega Zygarde, which we already kind of knew, but now it's official, and we have a set name. The English set name, the third set in Mega Evolution that has a booster box, of course. So pretty exciting stuff. Perfect order, very interesting. I'm sure are some more Pokemon heads out there who might theorize what else could be in the set, but it is going to be featuring Zygarde. It looks like we are going to be having a Mega Gallade, or at least a Mega Gallade product, probably featuring maybe a promo card or some type of illustration rare SIR. Who knows? The set will obviously feature the Order Pokemon from Japan's Municus Zero set, which actually releases in January. And will also include, might also include the Ninja Spinner set, which is going to feature Greninja, Mega Greninja, which is pretty much already confirmed. Or it is confirmed to be happening. So it will be in here too. Goes to show that the leaks that everybody was talking about, myself included, are likely not true. If you remember the leaks, we're calling Ascended Heroes to be Legendary Dreams, and then I guess like Abyss Eye was going to be the next set. Clearly not the case here. Yeah, or I guess Abyss Eye was the later one, but then the next set name that it had was not Perfect Order, so it's all kind of gone, and we already knew that. Goes to show that anything you see out there, take it with a grain of salt. Now, what's interesting about those leaks could be like some type of translation error. Don't really know, but didn't really tell us much anyway. But yeah, we have our next booster box set, it looks like. Perfect Order. So it's also going to be in cards in the Start Deck 100 Battle Collection. As you know, we will almost certainly be getting a Charizard Y and Ascended Heroes, as well as some other, I think it's 4 other SIRs that will be in Ascended Heroes that have yet to be revealed, because it comes out, I think, on the 19th. Looks like it says we won't know until all the Dex cards are revealed later this week, as it'll depend on if there's an overwhelming number of cards that won't fit into Ascended Heroes. We've seen this in the past with Journey Together and some other sets from these battle collection decks. They get cut into English, which is very, very interesting. So there's a pretty decent chance that, well, first of all, we're going to have a lot of reveals this week later, and probably, or either this week and or next week. And if there's a Greninja in there, there's a very good chance it will be in this Perfect Order set, which kind of might make or break Perfect Order, in my opinion. Obviously, like, we don't know anything about it yet. But if Mega Zygarde is like the main kind of chase, or main Pokemon being featured here, I don't know, dude. I don't even really know what's going on in this picture. I mean, obviously it's Zygarde with a giant like battering ram, but one of the newer Mega Evolutions that were revealed recently. I like Mega Gallade too, but not like incredibly exciting. Obviously, Gardevoir is more popular than Gallade, um, by all metrics, despite how you feel. Um, Even though this one has swords, so I guess technically it's cooler. I don't know, but yeah, if Mega Greninja is in the set, I think it will probably be a pretty strong set. Who knows? Who honestly knows? But if it's not, it'll be very interesting to see how a Gallade and Zygarde will carry a set. My guesses would be not incredibly well. And I think the Pokemon Company, they probably know that. Um, but, as far as like the other sets go, I honestly, so far, I'm going to lower my expectations for this set, and I'm sure we'll probably be pleasantly surprised with the quality of the cards. The art styles have been pretty on point so far. I think the Mega Block is kind of like going down in history as one of the best blocks ever made. Maybe that's a hot take, but I don't think It really is. But I've been saying this even before Ascended Heroes was revealed. MEO1 has extremely popular Pokemon in Gardevoir, Lucario, Latias, Venusaur. And the Mega Evolutions are all pretty solid for them too. And the arts are very strong, especially the Gardevoir. I do think the gold cards will continue to drop, and they will probably get flipped by the SARs. I keep saying SIR. I guess these are SIRs. Whatever. It doesn't matter. But yeah, I mean, the rest of the supporting cast in this set is really strong. It could be that MEO1 ends up being the weakest set, which is kind of what a lot of people are predicting, and that's tends to be pretty common with like first releases in a block. Now, Mega Evolution's obviously pretty interesting because it's bridging a gap between basically two generations, right? Um, but prices are still holding up very, very well for MEO1. I don't know if we ever go below $200 on this box. We had our second wave on this set. A lot of boxes hit the market. And I think there's only going to be upwards price momentum on these sets. And I think right now the public perception of MEO1 and Phantasmal, which we'll get into here in a second, are a little bit down. I think the availability of Pokemon cards actually hurts people's sentiment for how a set tends to perform, unless it's like extremely strong. Like we just got a Prismatic drop today at Sam's Club, which if you got, congratulations. I was a little bit hungover. But really quickly, if you want to track your cards and your investments in the set, a quick message from today's sponsor, the Shiny app. You already know. Ever wondered what your collection is worth? Well, the Shiny app is here to help. It allows you to track all the prices of your products and updates 2 times per day. The Shiny app pulls data from both eBay and TCG Player to keep your collection's value as accurate as possible. Not to mention, it has the most seamless user interface in the game. I love using it. I love how it looks. It's so easy to use. And the best part is, it is totally free. The links are down below if you'd like to try it out. Thanks again, Shiny. All right, so yeah, I foresee Mega Evolution to actually continue to perform quite well. The PC ETBs, you know, I missed out on the Pokemon Center drop for these, but if these keep continuing to drop, which it seems like maybe they're rebounding a little bit right now, I see potential there. I think both promos are really strong, especially the Alakazam and the Gardevoir PCTB. Both look really nice. They look great to display. I'm seeing people get deals for these for $250, which is pretty absurd, in my opinion. So MEO1, even though it's like arguably the weakest set, I would say it's above Phantasmal, but a lot of people disagree. If this is the weakest set in a block, like, man, we are in for a real treat. And I think, you know, give these sets some time. They're probably going to perform very well long term. Phantasmal Flames obviously has one of the best cards we have ever received in this Charizard, this Mega Charizard X to be exact. Phantasmal Flames is kind of in a weird spot right now. We're expected to get a second wave, and it kind of released when the market was really starting to take a hit, like at the beginning of November. But volume has actually been higher than Mega Evolutions in release. And Mega Evolution came out in September, which was like the peak of this current market. However, boxes, while they are selling quite well on TCG Player at $230, $240, you can find these boxes locally, and I'm not kidding, for around $200. I've been offered $190, which honestly I think is a pretty good buy. I just don't want to put capital into these right now, personally. I'd rather, if I was really serious about Phantasmal, I would be trying to get them in vending machines. I just don't have time at the moment. But I think like boxes will drop on TCG Player probably closer to $200. And that would mean locally there probably won't be any premium on them, which is hard for me to imagine because I do think the market has a very strong chance of continuing to rebound, finding its bottom, and then moving along. But there haven't been many times in history where booster boxes come out at $250, $300. I can't think of any time, really. I mean, Brilliant was probably the closest thing off the top of my head, because Evolving was like 110, which was like kind of expensive at the time, but it was selling very quickly. Yeah, even Destined Rivals came out significantly cheaper. It was like $210, and that people were like, "That's crazy." So It's wild how something can be released selling for 240 and then people think it's crashing. There's still a lot of strength in this market, and there's still a lot of love and hype for these Mega Evolution sets. So perspective is everything. The PC ETB is actually rebounding a little bit. It kind of dropped to like 175, and now it's pushing back in this $200, maybe just a little bit under range. So finding some support there. I mean, the cards will continue to drop, and also the case Mega Evolution 1, and that's just always going to be true for new sets coming out. Almost goes without saying, but you have to say it. We did predict that the Mega Charizard would flip the gold Charizard, and that happened pretty quickly after release, and now it's significantly more expensive. So I think gold cards will continue to drop down in price, and they will somewhat fade into the distance. Obviously, their pull rates help them out a lot, but I don't think anybody's like, if these were $50, I don't think people would really care at all. And I don't think they'll get to $50 because they do look better than normal gold cards, but I don't see a good future for these things long term, especially as more cards come out in the future that takes attention away from them. But yeah, box is selling more than MEO1, which just goes to show the power of Charizard. When these boxes get cheap enough, man, it's going to be a good investment in the future. If Obsidian Flames can be a good investment, this will significantly be better. I can't use English right now. I'm very tired. I apologize, but you get my point, right? And then obviously, like Mega Dream cards are very expensive right now. And we're having kind of a view of what is performing the best in Japan. Obviously, the Mega Gengar, you have the Dragonite. I could see this being more expensive in English. It's a much better card. The gold Mega Dragonite, this is just hideous to me, in my opinion. I mean, obviously, if I pulled it, I would be happy. It's super rare and expensive, but that's pretty much the extent of my feelings. Whereas this has much more appeal. It has that kind of anime thing going on, the full evolution line. And they did a relatively good job hiding the wings in the art, all things considered. Dragonite, still a great Pokemon, regardless. And then you have the Pikachu. James Turner returns from Game Freak. I think this is a great Pikachu, personally. I know that it has a Terra Crown, but the art style is phenomenal. And it's going to, I don't care what anybody says, this is going to appeal to a wide variety of people. The Mewtwo, it seems like the public sentiment, people are starting to like it a little bit more. It was a bit jarring at first because it would just looked like kind of made out of Play-Doh. The pose is better. I've been saying this too. The pose is much better than the Destined Rival. I still prefer the Destined Rivals art style. And I know this is an Arita art style. There is a simplicity there that I think is very appealing. And of course, it's Giovanni and Mewtwo, so it's going to be pretty menacing and cool by default. But still don't love the art style. If I pulled it, I would be pretty happy, obviously. And then you have like the Zoroark and on and on and on. But yeah, I mean, dude, this set, honestly, you're probably going to want to get as much of it as possible. Yes, it's going to be printed for like multiple years, but it's going to come out the gate piping hot, and it's going to be a smashing success. And it's probably, we'll see how pull rates come out. I expect them to be pretty bad, similar to Prismatic. But it'll probably still be really fun to rip. I don't know if that's going to be true or not. Nothing is confirmed yet. And we still have a ton of Mega Evolutions to come. We still have Raichus. We still have some other Mewtwo's. You know, there's a ton of Gyarados, Starmie. Come on now. And Alakazam. We got to get an Alakazam at some point. Personally, I would love to see a Mega Sceptile SAR. That would be sick. Or Sableye. There's still some really good ones here. There's some questionable ones. Don't get me wrong. Like a lot of the new ones. I'm not like super into Mega Malamar. You know, we got the Mega Scrafty, absolutely goated card. I will be getting a PSA 10. But yeah, like Ascended Heroes kind of took out a lot of the megas here, which is pretty interesting. So I can't wait to see what happens. I love new set release information. It's always so fun to speculate. We'll probably be watching the Chinese streams, you know, the night that they get the sets and they're opening them. Maybe we'll stream it or something. I don't know. But because we did that for Ascended Heroes, and we were like it was fun to be like on the cutting edge of things getting revealed in real time. Pretty cool. So look, I think the Mega Evolution block is going to go down in history as a phenomenal, phenomenal block. We still have Mega Rayquaza. Come on, man. Mega Rayquaza. What else am I missing? A ton, right? Yeah. Blastoise. Come on now, boy. Yeah, guys. I'll end it there. Really appreciate y'all watching. Quick announcement. I will be making members only videos. Now, let me be very clear. If you don't become a member, that is totally cool. You're not going to be missing out, but I'm going to figure this out as time goes on. I'm probably always going to do guaranteed minimum a monthly video, just an update, everything I think, everything that is going on, some type of market deal. But if you watch my normal videos, like that's going to be like my main content. I'll probably do like maybe some card openings as well because I opened some packs. I'll probably just film it, put it on the members channel. I'll do like haul videos. Maybe I'll do that on the main channel. I don't know, but these are the types of things that I'm thinking about. Like when I get my closet shelves put in, maybe a video on just organizing everything and kind of going through my thought process for what to display and storage and things like that. Things that, people don't come to my channel for. I think people come to my channel for my takes on the market and what I buy and things like that. But I think for members, I want to provide a little bit more value going forward and kind of build a community and just interact with y'all more. We have some really exciting plans for live streams coming up with some potential collabs. So be on the lookout for that. Super excited. Yeah, I'm gonna pump out some members only stuff for you guys. I think a lot of people ask for more like IRL things, maybe some buyer POVs, but I don't know. I might put that on the main channel. We'll see, right? We'll see. But I'm excited. I'm really excited. I feel fired up. I've got a few weeks off starting after next week, so I'll have some time. Of course, I'll be going home for Christmas, but yeah, though we'll have a lot more time, a lot more opportunity to just provide value to you guys and to connect with you more. I think it's pretty cool. And obviously, we have the members only Discord chat, which is, I'm pretty active in Discord, but that chat, like, we have some people with pretty high level information as to like notifications and drops and strategies. We're talking about selling bulk. But yeah, just continue to expand into that as well and just create more value for you guys. So thank you for everything. Seriously. Again, if you don't want to become a member, that is totally fine. You're not going to be missing out unless you're into that type of thing. So it's going to be more like bonus content stuff. You know what I'm saying? So thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Mega Evolution block, generational. You heard it here. And I will see you very soon in the next one. Peace.